show. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and finally waking up. And thanks to, of course, Ainka with the things you hear off camera. It's really something else. You should be here with us. But anyway, we're getting into another interview here this morning, and this morning we are actually talking about ICT and ICT Week. And you know, we keep hearing the term ICT and that terminology, but do we really know and understand what ICT is? So this morning, to tell us all about that and what's going to be taking place in ICT Week, which is happening later on this month, is Mr. Nigel Casimir, who is the communications specialist. So let me say good morning and welcome to the morning show, sir.
Good morning, Maria. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here with us this morning to tell us all about ICT Week and what's going to be taking place. Before we get in to the discussion, you are actually from the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, correct?
Correct.
Right.
That's right.
What is that, though? What is the Caribbean Telecommunications Union?
Yeah. Well, Caribbean Telecommunications Union is an intergovernmental organization of the Caribbean community, which is of CARICOM, essentially. What that means is that our members in this intercommunication organization are the member states of CARICOM and the associate member states of CARICOM, plus one or two others around the Caribbean. Since about 2003 or 4, our membership has been opened wider than just the CARICOM group. And we actually have Cuba and St. Martin currently also as members of CTU. And so in total, we have at present 20 member countries comprising the CTU. And the way we operate is that it's a treaty. It operates under a treaty signed that established the CTU back in 1989.
Okay.
And what we do very quickly is that we basically are the telecommunications and ICT policy advisors for the governments of the member states.
All right.
So we look at, the name is Caribbean Telecommunications Union, and back in 1989 that was sufficient. But today, with the convergence of telecommunications and information technology, we've spawned this term ICT, Information and Communications Technologies, which includes telecommunications, but it also includes the new technologies that we have that have come from the computer science world. You know, you really can't tell the difference now between a phone and a computer. That the device you have in your hand does everything.
Yep. It does everything. So tell me then, what is ICT Week? What is it seeking to achieve?
Right. Well, ICT Week is the CTU's signature event. We actually have something that we call ICT Week twice a year, and it's built around what we call the statutory meetings of the CTU. So the CTU, made up of all these member states, the representatives of the member states that are relevant to the CTU are the ministers of telecommunications and ICT. So once a year in the current dispensation, these ministers get together for what we call our conference of ministers. And in addition to that, there at the operational level of the CTU, there's also the organization called the Executive Council. This is made up of the senior government officials from those same ministries, so the permanent secretaries, the directors of telecommunications, and so on, from all the member states of the CTU. And they come together in the General Conference of Ministers and the Executive Council. And what we do at the CTU is we build other events around that would be informative, educational, and build capacity of our ministers and our senior government technocrats. And all these different components put together, usually within 1 week of activities we call ICT.
Okay, and when is that week? When is the week taking place, happening?
Right. This year it's the week of September the 20th, so it will run from the 20th to the 24th of September. And in that we will have the meeting of the Executive Council, the meeting of the General Conference of Ministers, and in addition, we will have a ministerial seminar as well as a regulators forum, and we also have a new a new addition this year, something we are calling an ICT technical forum. And this would be something for the more technical level members of the ministries. Just one second.
And who,
I did have a
tell me who some of the speakers, who some of the speakers who will be at the forum.
Right. Well, apart from the ministers, of course, we have a semi-rotating arrangement for presidency of the CTU, and right now our president is the Minister of Information. Our president is from Antigua, and he's the Minister of Information, Broadcasting, Telecommunications, and Information Technology. That's the Honorable Melford Nicholas. We'll be also, actually, one thing I didn't mention in talking about the CTU is that the Secretariat of the CTU is situated here in Port of Spain. We are a CARICOM institution, but our Secretariat is here in Port of Spain, and is headed by a Secretary General, Mr. Rodney Taylor. So he will be another of our key speakers, plus the other chair of the Executive Council is Ms. Waki Murray from the ministry in Jamaica, the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology in Jamaica. At the what do I call it? At the forum. Ministerial seminar as well.
Right, okay.
Featured speakers, one of which is actually the global chairman for Best Buy, Mr. Robert Willett, and he will be addressing the ministers and senior officials on COVID-19 and the shift to digital. We'll also be hearing from other specialists from around the Caribbean, including, for example, Dr. Ali Bab, who's one of the advisors to the government of Barbados. Other CARICOM organizations would be involved as well. Our CARICOM Impacts would be part of our events. CARFA, because we're talking about the theme of the week is regional imperatives for digital transformation post-COVID-19. So we're looking forward. We've all noted the impact of COVID-19 on the use of digital technology. In fact, so many things we do these days are virtual.
Yes, I think we've become a virtual world.
Right. The ICT week itself will be virtual this year.
Yeah,
but it's
as well.
Right. Yes.
So who can attend? You said it's going to be virtual. Who can attend,
yes,
and how can they register for this?
Right. Most of the events of the week are for the CTU member states or CTU members. Apart from the member states themselves, we do have some categories of members that are open to private sector, academia, specialized government agencies like regulators and so on.
Mr. Casimir, can you just, we need to wrap up. Can you just tell us quickly who and how if persons need to register?
Right. Well, all the information is on our website, ctu.int. So that's where one would need to go to do that. The only open sessions though are the Monday afternoon, that's the 20th, which is a joint session of the General Conference and the Executive Council, where we review CTU projects and so on, and the ministerial seminar itself on the Wednesday, which would be the 22nd of September.
All right, great.
Anyone could seek a
registration for that. All right, I want to thank you so very much for telling us all about this happening 20th to the 24th. They can check online. It's a virtual seminar. They can check online to register those people who want to attend. And of course, that is the ICT week. Nigel Casimir, thank you for being with us here on the Now Morning Show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And we take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Everything firm, nothing ain't dropping on you. All the big guns them watching, 6-figure clocking, but that ain't bothering.